Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
It's gotta be biblical.
You will end this.
I'm just getting warmed up.
We have to go ahead and get into this review for a law-abiding citizen. Now, how many of you guys have ever seen Law-Abiding Citizen, chat? The film, which has been directed by F. Gary Gray. He's done a number of other movies of various quality, I would say. Yes, of various quality. He did do Straight Outta Compton, chat, which was a great movie. Probably his best film. He also did Friday. Friday's very good. He did Friday. And The Italian Job's pretty cool. Most recently did Fate of the Furious and Men in Black International. Not great, chat. Not great. But Law-Abiding Citizen. It's one of the more recent ones. Was, I guess, a bit of a commercial success. A budget $53 million, $126.7 million. And, well, it was torn apart by critics, though. A lot of people did not like this film. But I'm curious about you guys. Have you seen it? Julian, what time would you do these streams for Saturday or for Fridays? It would be probably 7:30 or 8, same times as usual. Saturdays would be probably like 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's what it'll be. A lot of you, Thunderlead, never. DeCarlax, never seen it. You should go to Sugar Mama Sugar. I know you. I got to, Yacht. I got to. I saw Once to Remember Much. Illustrated. I have. There you go. Never seen, only 7 trailers. Only seen trailers. So we're pretty much all in the same boat. Then I Day Nick, he says it's on theaters. There you go. Found the film to be pretty forgettable. Well, chat. I'm gonna have like, I don't know, I'm gonna have a big, like a hugely controversial opinion on this film. But I'll tell you right now, I didn't hate this movie. It is, I mean, it is extremely and surprisingly violent in some of the kills. I'm like, oh my god, I was like taken off guard for some people die, chat. How certain characters, I'm like, oh, that person's obviously gonna, oh my god, it's like horrible how they go out. I was like, Jesus Christ, it's a nightmare. Oh, chat, who's this follower we got right here? We have right here coming with the support. Thank you, Biggie Bob. Oh, that's a good name, Biggie Bob. Appreciate it. Biggie Bob 847. Put that respect on that name. Welcome to stream. You're my new Huckleberry. Hope you're doing very well tonight. Yeah, Chad. I don't hate this film, but it does have a few surprises. And Gerald Butler, he is overacting his ass off throughout this entire film. And Gerald, I'm not a big fan of Gerald Butler. I think he's kind of, I don't think he's a very good actor. But in here, he was fucking committed to it. He was at 11 the entire time, just screaming and acting weird, and I kind of dug it. I mean, he kept the movie interesting. Unlike Jamie Foxx, who just kind of, felt like he was just going to the motions with his character, the befuddled, the perplexed chat, the overwhelmed, typical lawyer in an action thriller. But I thought Gerald Butler was a lot of fun this film. I like seeing Gerald Butler going goddamn ham. That was awesome. But chat. We are opening up to fucking Law-Abiding Citizen. And we are in a room filled with knickknacks, chat. Oh, they look so adorable and cute. And we have Gerald Butler, and he's fusing something together. I don't know what it is, Chase. Working on a microchip. And he's like, he's concentrating on his work, but he looks to his side. And what does he see, chat? He sees his little daughter. Oh, she's just cute as a button. And she's putting together a little necklace, chef, for mommy. He's like, oh, well, honey, is that another necklace for mom? She goes, yeah. He goes, that looks great. Oh, I wish I could be doing that instead of this. He goes, yeah. And then he hears his wife call down from the stairs, saying that dinner's ready. He's like, I'll be right down, woman. And it's like, all right, Jesus Christ. He's so aggressive. And he's like, why don't you go downstairs and tell mommy I'll be right there. And she goes, okay. And she waddles off, chat. She's adorable. She goes down there. And he finishes fusing something together. I don't know what the hell it is. Then he walks down, Chad, and right before he turns the goddamn corner, he hears a little knock on the door. He's like, well, who could that be at this hour, chat? And he goes to open the door, and bah! He gets shot in the face. He didn't get shot, he gets punched in the face. But he wasn't when he got shot. He gets fucking punched, and he goes down, Chad. Gerald Butler, he's got a glass goddamn jaw. And he's down, chat. And this guy starts bounding him, Chad. He has the bindings. He gags him. It's not looking good. Duct tape around the mouth. And the wife comes in. She's just like, what the hell's going on? What's happened? And then there's the one guy, Chad. Darby. His name is Darby, Chad. He's the big tubby one. He's the tubby one. And he comes over to her, Chad, and he goes, bah! And he backhands her. I was like, whoa. And the other guy, I'm going to call him Andy, Chad. I don't know what it is. I don't know. He's the skinny one. You got the big one, you got the skinny one. I'm going to call the other guy Andy. And he's like, listen, man, take it easy. We're just here to rob him. Don't fuck him up. But Darby, he doesn't give a shit, Chad. Because he binds her, and he starts a raping. He's like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, mind your own goddamn business. And then once he's, I don't know, Chad, because he's doing his thing, he goes to the husband, like looking in his eyes as he is physically assaulting, sexually assaulting his wife, and he stabs Gerald Butler in the tummy, Chad. It was like, Jesus. Stabs the tummy, like very slowly, very intimately. Then he goes back to the wife, and he stabs her while he's raping her. And Andy's just like, what the fuck is going on? Jesus, we're just here to steal things. And then the daughter comes in, and she's just looking, she's confused, she doesn't know what the hell's going on. And then Darby, he finishes what he's doing. And, Gerald Butler's looking at his dead wife, her mangled corpse. And Andy's like, what are you doing? He's like, don't worry about it. Kids love me. He could fucking fat Darby, Chad. He grabs the little girl, takes her off in the other room, and then we just see Russell Crowe's face, the anger, Chad, the shock, the sadness. We don't see what happens to the little girl, Chad, but we do know what happens. She is murdered by Fat Darby. Fat Darby also murders her, Chad. Then we cut. It is a year later, and we are following Jamie Foxx, Chad. Jamie Foxx, he is recently joined the prosecution team of the city of Philadelphia, Chad. He is a rising star right now. I mean, he knows all this shit. He knows those fucking law books from cover to cover, Chad. He's really good at that shit. And his boss, I don't know what his boss's name is. I don't know. The guy, the DA, Chad, his boss is the DA. He wants him to go ahead and try this case. Let's fucking end this quick. It's the murder trial for Gerald Butler's wife and daughter. They did catch the two guys, Chad. They did catch Fat Darby and Skinny Andy. You got them both. But due to the lack of evidence, apparently, due to the fact that Gerald Butler statement is kind of being thrown out because he passed out during the assault and robbery. He couldn't, what specifically happened. Like the judge is just like, well, we can't have this as evidence because you were in the right state of mind. It's like, it's fucked up. It's like really fucked up. And Jamie Foxx is like, he's not gonna like that. He's like, listen, what we got is this. Darby says that Andy was the one that murdered and raped them, which is not true, Chad. Darby was the one that did that. And so we could put Andy in there for life with the death penalty, and Fat Darby, we can get him on third-degree murder, Chad, which is about like a 5-year sentence. Third-degree murder, 5-year sentence, which would probably be, shortened anyway. And Jamie Foxx is like, Dad is not, he's not going to like that, Chad. He's not going to like that. And so he's like, well, you got to go tell him this is the deal that we're going with. Or otherwise, if we go to trial, we could potentially lose, and Fat Darby and Skinny Andy can be off on the streets anytime that they want. And they're like, shit, all right, let's go. Let's take the deal. And so he goes to talk to Gerald Butler, chat, and he is distraught. He is not happy about the situation. And, he's like, so when are we going to go to trial? And Jamie Foxx is like, listen, based on everything, the case itself, the evidence, how there's just a lack of evidence, how the fact that you blacked out and didn't see the assault happening, if we go to trial, we're going to lose that. We're probably going to lose that trial. And Gerald Butler's like, well, I'd rather just go to trial. I mean, they absolutely, they did it. These guys killed my wife and my daughter. And he's like, listen, I've already taken the deal. Andy's gonna go to prison for the rest of his life, get the death penalty. Darby, he's gonna be getting that lesser sentence, 3rd-degree murder. And Gerald Butler, he's just fucking pissed. He just wants nothing to do with it. He's like, "How dare you, Jamie Foxx? How dare you?" And he leaves. And Jamie Foxx, they do the trial. And fucking Jamie Foxx, he provides the documentation for Fat Darby to sign. And Darby's just saying a bunch of horrible shit, chat, just to Jamie Foxx. Because this is the thing that Fat Darby told Gerald Butler. He's like, you can't stop fate. You can't tempt fate. Or you can't stop fate. That's what you can't stop fate. And because that's what Gerald Butler tells him, like, during his conversation. Like, this is what this guy told me as he was raping and murdering my daughter. And then, chat, when he goes to trial and he presents the paperwork to Fat Darby says, as he's signing, chat, well, you just can't stop fate. And Jimmy Foxx is like, "Ooh, you son of a bitch, you definitely did it, but this is the way it works. This is how the law works, chat. This is what we gotta do." And so the judge is like, "All right, sounds good to me." Bop, bop, hits the mallet, chat. You got Fat Darby's lawyer, Mr. Burt Reynolds, chat, and he's a defense attorney. It's part of his job. But he's a little scummy too. And so when Jamie Foxx, he's walking out of the courtroom with his DA mentor, chat. DA's just telling him, "Listen, man, you did the right thing. If that case would have went to trial, we would have lost. The prosecution would have been destroyed by fucking Burt Reynolds, okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know. Just Gerald Butler's like really mad." And he's like, "He's gonna be mad. I mean, that's just the way it is. Listen, this was justice. This is how the system works, okay? You can't destroy the system, right?" And so as he's walking out, chat, all the cameras are out there because this is a huge case. This is like going on for a year, chat. Everyone, it was on fucking, the news channels and stuff. And so Jamie Foxx, he's taking questions of the reporter, but then Fat Darby walks up, Chad. He holds out his hand. He's like, "Hey, Jamie Foxx, really appreciate your help there. I love it when the system works." And Jamie Foxx is like, "Oh, you son of a bitch," acting like he takes the hand, but he's like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that." And he's like, "Get the fuck away from me." And Fat Darby, he waddles off, Chad. He waddles off to a life of freedom in 5 years. And then, Chad, Jamie Foxx, he looks past the reporters, and he just sees Gerald Butler going. He just sees him, and he shook his hand, chat, and then he walks off and he looks like shit, chat, into a bitter life of the unknown. Then we cut back to Jamie Foxx, chat, and he went home, chat. He's got his wife is preggo. She's expecting a baby boo. She's gonna front poop out a baby like any day now. And he's like, I had a bad day. He's like, "What do you want? What do you want to do?" He's like, "I want to talk to my daughter right now." He's rubbing the tum-tum, chat, talking to her and everything, saying shit about his wife. And she's like, "Oh, it's a very lovely couple, chat." Then we cut 10 years later, chat. This apartment that they just moved into, all their little knickknacks and furniture, it's all where they're supposed to be. And Jamie Foxx, he's coming down the stairs, and wasn't this nice, chat? His daughter, she's cooking breakfast for him, cooking some French toast. She's excited today. She's gonna be doing her playing her cello. And this one concert, chat, and she's asking, Dad, you gonna come to my cello recital? And he's like, "I gotta put away bad guys. I can't do that. I work for the DA." She's like, "Oh." And then his wife comes, he's like, you comes down. She's like, you've never gone to a single cello performance. He's like, "Listen, my work is extremely important. You like this goddamn house you have? This is because of me putting away the bad guys." The wife, she's upset. The daughter's like, "Don't worry about it, Dad. We'll just record it. You can watch it later. We can watch it as a family later." And he's like, "See, we'll watch it later. Go what the daughter's saying." The wife's like, she's not happy about it, chat. And then, good old Jamie Foxx, he's going back to work, chat, because today is the day of Skinny Andy's lethal injection. He did get the death penalty, and he's got to watch him die, chat. Guy doesn't have a lot of people, so he's like, I gotta follow through with this case. And so he gets his understudy, chat, the person who has been training with him, and it's part of his practice or whatever. But it's very much a mentor-mentee relationship. He digs Kelly, good old Kelly. He's like, "Hey, Kelly, want to come to like your first lethal injection?" She's like, I don't want to do that." "Well, too bad, you gotta come." And so they drive up to the prison, chat. They're all seated. We see fucking Burt Reynolds, the lawyer. They're asking, "Burt, what are you doing here?" And Burt, without missing a fucking beat, the guy doesn't have much family, thought I'd be here. "By the way, Kelly, your fucking legs look great in them shoes." And I'm like, whoa, that is super unprofessional and sexist, chat. Very misogynistic. I did not care for that. Because our kids, so what are you talking about, chat? Jamie Foxx, he plays lawyers a lot. He does play lawyers a lot, chat. Yeah. Oh, but chat, so if they get Andy O strapped up in that lethal injection shit. They got him down at the bond. A lot of bondage in this movie. A lot of bonds, a lot of handcuffs, chat. I don't know, it's kinky. It's very kinky. But they got him up there, and they raise him like, you know, Jesus Christ. He's crying. He's crying. He's like, listen, I know what I did was wrong, but I did not kill those people. I did not kill Gerald Butler's wife and daughter. That was not me. That was Fat Darby that did it. And they're like, whatever. Inject him with the stuff. And he lowers down, chat. And we see 3 cylindrical tubes of unknown liquid. A lot of liquid in those tubes, chat. Like a lot of liquid. It's about like, I want to say it's like a half a gallon of milk. It's one of those half-gallon milk cartons, chat. And they're just injecting all this good old juice inside of him. And so we see 3 different colors. We see green, we see yellow, and we see clear, chat. We see clear juice. And they go one and one and one. And chat, with the purpose of lethal injection, at least allegedly, it's supposed to be painless. You fall asleep, you drift off, chat, and you die. It stops your functions, but you get knocked out. So you don't feel anything. Well, that was not the juice that they used here, because as soon as the clear liquid goes inside of him, he goes, he starts vibrating, chat, and he's just spasming. His fucking insides are melting, chat. He's goddamn melting. He's becoming jello on the inside, chat. And he's just spraying out of his fingertips, and he's shitting himself, chat. I mean, everything's melting. His eyeballs are falling. His eyeballs are falling out. It's like, whoa, what the hell is this? And then, I mean, he dies like after 5 fucking minutes. It takes a while, chat. And, you know, they go out, everyone's like, whoo, that was quite a lethal injection event there. And people are like, what the hell happened? And they go ahead, like the warden, he checks the juice bottles, chat, checks the juice bottles, and he sees on one of them, chat, you can't stop fate. It's like, whoa, you can't stop fate. That's what fucking Gerald Butler said to me one time. Jamie Foxx thinks to himself. He's like, this is weird. And he said, another time, Fat Darby said the exact same thing to me. Oh, I gotta research this case. Maybe they're connected. And so he goes back to the office, chat, because it's been 10 years. He doesn't remember every case he's worked on. It's been a very long time. So he goes back with Kelly and the DA. They're looking through all the case files, and they see the case. Yeah, fucking Skinny Andy, chat, and Fat Darby. They're the ones that killed Gerald Butler's wife and daughter. And he's like, geez, this is not good. I think that might be retaliating. I don't know if this is, I don't know if Gerald Butler's doing this, but the first thing we definitely need to do is get a hold of Fat Darby. And so, like, let's go to him. They got his address, chat, and everything. Meanwhile, we cut to Fat Darby's apartment, chat. Now, do you think Fat Darby, he turned his life around after prison? Because he got out, chat, after 3 years. They nixed the last 2. Out in 3 years, chat. He must have become an upstanding citizen of these United States of America. Hell no, he didn't, chat. He's a bum. He's in, I don't know, like a very dilapidated, almost tenement building. He has drugged and beaten his sexual partner, chat, this poor woman. He's doing fucking cocaine, lines after lines of cocaine, chat, off of his kitchen table. And he's popping drinks like he's not looking, he looks like he's smelly. He looks smelly, too. I just want to say that, too, chat. And he's watching the TV, and he sees that good old Skinny Andy. He died. He melted. He's like, ha, 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 fuck you. Better you than me, man. Better you than me. He's having a good time. But then, chat, he gets a little ring-a-ding-ding on the cell phone. He's like, what the hell's going on? And then it's like, it's fucking Deep Throat. He's like, they're coming for you. It's like, who the hell is this? He's like, the police, they're coming for you. I don't think it's good that you having all that sweet cocaine. He's like, what? Oh, God. And then he sees the police sirens, chat. They're coming. He's like, oh, fuck me, God. And then he's like, I gotta get out of here. And it's like a really fucked up thing. Because this guy is so violent and disturbed, chat. Before he doesn't need to do this. Before he gets out of his apartment, he fucking just kicks the girl who's in bed. He's just like, and he fucking runs away. It's like, that was such a dick move. Fucking Fat Darby. Now, Fat Darby, he's running, and he's got the guy calm on the phone. He's like, you got to go to the roof because they're gonna come for you. There's a gun on the fuck. He's like, a gun? Oh shit! He grabs his gun. He's like, He starts shooting at all the cops downstairs. Good. He's got some good aim, chat. He hits like all their tires. Man, Fat Darby, he's good. He's an eagle eye. And he just starts hopping over all the building shit, which I first of all, bull fucking shit. That man was hopped up on cocaine. He's been drinking, depressants. all goddamn day. Like, he's just a mixture of alcohol and drug shit. That's not a good combo. He would just fucking collapse. His heart would give out. But apparently he can fucking do it. He's got superpowers. And he's hopping on this rooftop, and the voice says, listen, if you keep going towards these abandoned factory buildings, you'll find a squad car. In that squad car will be a police officer. I have drugged him. You take his gun and point at him and tell you to drive to this specific location, like this address or something. And he's like, fuck yeah. And he goes over there, Chad, he waddles, and he gets in the car, he takes the gun, he's like, what the fuck up? He's like, ah. And it's like this little guy, this cop, he's got like a weird, like a dumb little mustache, chat, and he's got like bleach blonde, like platinum blonde hair. And he's like, get going, motherfucker, go to this address. He's like, okay. And he fucking drives the car, chat. Meanwhile, goddamn Jamie Foxx, D.A. Kelly, they're like, wow, we missed Fat Darby. He moved goddamn quick when his life is on the line. I'm like, where did he go? Oh, chat, we're gonna find out. So then, chat, we cut to the address where we are. It's like a little abandoned garage. And the cop parks the car. Darby says, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. The cop said, please, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, please. He's like, I don't give a shit. And then he gets a little call. Gets another little ring-a-ding-ding. On his cell phone, he's like, hey, man, my guardian angel's here. How you doing, bro? And then, Chad, the reveal, because the cop, he's talking on the phone. He goes, oh, yes, please don't kill me. I have a wife and daughter. And Darby goes, what the fuck? And the cop turns around, Chad, and it's Gerald Butler. Oh, my God, what a twist. And he turns around, he starts taking the little pencil-thin mustache off. He takes off the blonde look, reveals that black mane of hair. Chaz, like, ooh, it's so hot. And Darby, right, he's about to shoot Gerald, because Gerald Butler's like, remember me, motherfucker? And Fat Darby's just about to blow him away. But, he presses in the trigger chat, and he goes, and he can't move. Something happened. And Gerald Butler goes, oh, yeah. So what I did was, I created a fucking, nail gun. Or not a nail gun, a fucking needle gun. Except when you pull the trigger, a bunch of needles come out of the handle of the gun, and they inject you with pufferfish venom, chap. Pufferfish venom. And the thing is about pufferfish venom, if it doesn't hit your heart, which I've somehow been able to concoct a specific type of pufferfish venom where it will just immobilize you. But here's the thing, Fat Darby, you feel every single thing. And that's what I want you to feel. I want you to feel everything, Fat Darby, because I'm going to take you apart piece by piece. And Fat Darby's like, this is not good. It's not good with Fat Darby. So he collapses, chat, and we cut. And then we're in the garage. We're in the garage, chat. And Fat Darby's situation is not improved because he is up on this like a gurney, chat, strapped. A lot of bonds in this movie. Very kinky. A lot of bonds in this movie. He's strapped in there, chat. I mean, it's like every part of his body. He's got like a little bit of a like a leather strap on it, head strapped down, and Gerald Butler, he begins exclaiming. He's like, listen, I never wanted you in prison. That's my whole thing. Like, I'm not gonna call the cops. Like, and I'm not just gonna kill you. I mean, I eventually will, but that's not what I want to do. I want to make your last moments as excruciatingly painful as possible. And he explains it, Chad. He goes in fucking depth. I'm going to use this motorized saw to take off your legs, your feet, your thighs. I'm going to use the motorized saw to take off your hands and your arms. I'm going to use a hacksaw to hack off your balls. I'm going to use, as he says, I'm going to use this box cutter to cut off your penis. I'm going to use the same box cutter which I just cut your penis and balls off with. I'm going to cut off your eyelids, because if you blink, I'm going to cut them right off, because I want you to see every single thing. And he says, in order to do that, I've created this for you. And it's a giant overhead mirror, Chad. It's a giant overhead, so you see all of Fat Darby, all of his girth. And he's like, so you're going to see every single moment. And you're also going to see my wife and daughter, because that was, last thing they saw before they died was you. And so that'll be the last thing you see. Also, your fucking dismembered body. And then it's like, Jesus Christ. And, and then he just starts like, all right, and he just let's strap in and get going, Tubbs. And he gets this guy in here, chat, and he's just fucking methodical with it. He starts at the fucking feet, and it thankfully cuts. Well, we do find the aftermath, though. we do eventually find the aftermath, chat. Because everyone's like, okay, goddamn, Jamie Foxx, he goes back to the office and like, we can't find Darby, but we're guessing that he's he might be dead. This is not looking like a good situation. We also get oh god, what's that actor from Star Trek, like Deep Space Nine? What's that actor, chat? No. Oh, Cole Meany. Cole Meany's in this movie, chat. Detective Cole Meany's in this film, and he's working on the case trying to look for Darby. And apparently, they get a tip, chat, where good old Fat Darby might be, and so they go and they find him. They definitely find him, chat. They find many pieces of him. I mean, it's like fucking Gerald Butler. He fall through his fucking feet and thighs and hands and eyelids and dick and balls. They're scattered all over the place. His head, severed heads all over the place. And he's like, yeah, we're probably thinking Gerald Butler definitely did this. We should raid his home. So fucking Jamie Foxx. All right, let's go fucking get him. Issue a warrant for his arrest. Probable, cause of murder and stuff. And so then, chat. Well, we cut to Gerald Butler. He's just working his house, working all sorts of knickknacks. That's all he does, Chad. He's got his little daughter's bracelet on. It says Dad. Says Dad down. He's like, I remember my daughter, and she called me Dad. He's not happy, Chad. But then, Chad, he hears the sirens off in the distance. And he's like, they're coming for me. They're coming for me right now. And then he does something really weird, and I just did not understand. Because as the police are coming towards his home, which is very secluded, he just starts to strip off all of his clothes. And to the point where he is butt fucking naked, chat. He's just like, he's not just sure cocking it, chat. He's just cocking it, because he's just like, all right, here we go, boys. And it's like everything's just fucking swinging and dangling down there, chat. That's all it is. And then the fucking SWAT's like, bridge, and they bust out of their chat, and they see a very sweaty, excited-looking Gerald Butler, chat, and they're like, oh, okay. And they say, you gotta go down the floor. I want to touch you. You gotta go on the floor. And then, chat, next thing he's in pants. So I don't know what the point of him stripping all his clothes off was. Maybe to show that I'm not a threat. But at the same time, that's weird. I don't know, chat. It's weird. Anyway, they got him in there, and he gives the ultimate stink eye, like a Samuel Jackson level stink eye, to goddamn Jamie Foxx, and just looking at him. Jamie Foxx is like, what the fuck, dude? What's your problem? And eventually they take him off the jail. They take him a good old Gerald Butler off the jail. Meanwhile, chat, we cut to the home of Jamie Foxx. His daughter finished her recital. Mom's cooking some dinner, chat, for the daughter and her hubby once he gets home. And the fucking mailman, he just delivered the DVD copy for the recital, so the family can just all group together and watch it. Oh, what fun, chat, what fun. And the daughter, she's like, I have the DVD, Mama, and she goes, shut the fuck up, I'm making dinner. And I'm talking to your father, there's a lot of bad stuff going down. And he's like, whatever. And so she plugs that little DVD in there in the DVD player, chat. And it's not the recital, chat. No, it's Fat Darby's back. He's back, chat, but not all of him. Because this, chat, is the video of Gerald Butler systematically cutting off every single limb of Fat Darby. And poor little Jamie Foxx's girl is seeing all this shit. She goes, ah! She just starts screaming. Meanwhile, we cut back to the prison. And the DA says, listen, Jamie Foxx, this is a closed case. Just get him to confess to the murders of Skinny Andy and Fat Darby. And he's like, will do. And so Jamie Foxx, he goes in there. But before he does, look, a little bit of a smooth move. He's trying to placate Gerald Butler. He turns off the cameras and the mics. And he says, Jerry Butler, let me tell you something. Listen, that was some cool-ass shit that you did to Fat Darby and the Skinny Andy, man. I mean, listen, no one's going to cry about them, being gone, all right? Like, listen, as a father to father, I get why you did it. I get why you did it. I don't agree with it, but I respect it. And he plugs that shit back. And Gerald Butler's like, okay. And he sits back down. He's like, okay, Gerald Butler, go ahead and just confess to the murders of Fat Darby and Skinny Andy. He's like, well, I mean, I spent so many years just planning, just thinking about the murdering Skinny Andy and Fat Darby. Jamie Foxx was like, It's like, every day I would just kind of sit there and consume my entire life just thinking about how I would kill them. And Jamie Foxx is like, He's like, yeah, I just wanted to do it so bad. Wanted to do it so bad. And Jamie Foxx is like, say no more, mon ami, say no more. I got you. Thank you for your confession. And Gerald Butler goes, counselor, And his whole fucking attitude changed. We got like nice little naive Gerald Butler, like wide-eyed shit. No, it's like a goddamn switch on the wall check. He says, I didn't, now, if you read back my statement, I didn't actually say I killed them. Jamie Foxx is like, all right, man, don't play games. He's like, oh, we're gonna play some motherfucking games now. He's like, Jamie Foxx, oh, okay, what do you need to confess to the murders? He's like, well, I would really like one of those Tempur-Pedic beds because I was sleeping here the other day last night. Ooh, those prison beds are just so lumpy. If I can get one of those Tempur-Pedic beds, mattresses, if you will, pillows, maybe a dehumidifier, oh, that'd be just fine. Jimmy Fox, he's just fucking sizzling. He's like, I am not gonna fucking negotiate, get you a goddamn bed. You killed these people. He's like, I didn't say I killed these people. He's like, nah, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. He's like, all right, see you in a bit, Jamie Foxx. Oh, we're gonna be busy all week. And Jamie Foxx, he goes speak to the DA and the warden, and the DA's like, listen, I mean, if all it'll take is to get him to confess is a fucking Tempur-Pedic bed, let's just do it. Jamie Foxx, he's fucking with us. Why? He's like, just let's do it. Shut case. You know, people don't like fucking finding severed, body parts over the goddamn land, all right? Let's just do it. He goes, fine. And so he goes back in there, and he's like, Gerald Butler, we will get you the bed if you confess to the murders. And Gerald Butler, he goes like, oh, so you're negotiating me as an alleged murder. You're giving something to me, even though I supposedly killed 2 people. What does that make you, counselor? What kind of person are you? Basically, he's just fucking trolling him. He's like, listen, man, I got you the goddamn bed, okay? All right, you gonna confess? He's like, I don't know. I want to see the bed. So they go to his fucking cell. This is a good scene. They go to his cell. And all the prisoners are fucking rioting because they're so mad that this Gerald Butler guy's getting all the cool stuff. And they go in there, chat, they throw out his lumpy mattress. They get that nice Tempur-Pedic mattress in there, nice Tempur-Pedic pillow. And he's like, ooh, oh, this is much better. Meanwhile, his cellmate's just like, God damn it. I wanted a comfy bed. And they're like making sure that he has any weapons in there. And the cellmate's like, that's a very nice bed. He's like, I know, it's pretty good. And then he goes back in there, chat. And Jamie Foxx, he's just hot and bothered. He wants that goddamn confession. He has no idea what the hell's going on. He's like, fuck it, whatever. And so now they're gonna do, like, the day's over at this point. Everyone's just kind of tense at this moment. Gerald Butler's been fucked with everybody. And so they're going to have the hearing for his bail because Jamie Foxx, he learns in all of his Kelly, the DA, that Gerald Butler, he has like an infinite amount of resources. He owns 12 major patents. He's apparently has had government contracts, and they're like, what the hell is this? Like, this is some real serious shit that they're kind of concerned about. And they're like, all right, we gotta like have some meetings about this or get in contact with people. And the DA, fucking Jimmy Foxx's boss, says, I may have a contact with the government. I'm gonna see who this guy actually is and where all this money is coming from, because he's made several major, like 12 major purchases within the past 10 years of giant property shit all around the city of Philadelphia. And like, this is weird. And so they get a hold of goddamn Doug Stamper from House of Cards, and they have a little meeting with him. And good old Doug Stamper says, he's like, oh yeah, Gerald Butler, yeah, he's an assassin. What? They're like, what do you mean he's an assassin? Oh yeah, he's like the greatest assassin of American history. Gerald Butler, let me tell you about Gerald Butler. He's the kind of guy who doesn't need to be in a room to kill you. And they're like, are you fucking kidding? He's like, yeah. I mean, I'll give you an example. We were trying to get this one guy in Pakistan, my friend, in a villa, and we were throwing as much ordnance as we could at him, but he had anti-tank missiles, anti-aircraft, he got everything. Couldn't do it. And then we called in Gerald Butler, and this fucking guy, you see what he fucking did? Oh, my light. Let's go, my light. Oh, no, my light might be going out. No, chat. Oh, no. Oh, shit. God damn it. Is my light going out? My light might be going out, chat. Oh, that's not good. Oh, no. I gotta get a replacement bulb. God damn it. Oh, boy. Hopefully that's not too distracting. Oh, shit. God damn, chat. I knew that. I've been using these for 2 years. I'm not drunk yet. I'm getting there, though. Light went out. Light's going out right there, chat. God damn it. Anyway, they're talking to Doug Stamper, chat, and he says, yeah, we're trying to get this guy in this villa for so long, but we just called him in, and he came up with this fucking, literally, chat, a necktie that kills you. And we managed to sneak this thing in here. And one day when the guy was just fucking zipping up his tie, it just killed him. It fucking severed his goddamn head. And that's the kind of shit that Joe Butler was like, oh my God, holy shit. We got to get back to prison. So they get back to the goddamn prison chat. And they're like, all right, listen, are you going to... Oh, no, they didn't do that. Now they're going to have the trial. And because Joe Butler, he says he's going to represent himself. And the judge who tried the case 10 years ago with Fat Darby and Skinny Andy, she's like, well, Jamie Foxx, you have not gotten a confession from Joe Butler. And based on everything that Joe Butler is saying, like, listen, you can't hold me in prison, or at least you can't hold me without bail. I'm not a flight risk, okay? You have no evidence against me that I committed these goddamn crimes. And she's like, shit, the guy's absolutely right. There's no question he's right. And they're like, I mean, please, Judge, please, can you just... He's an assassin! She's like, I don't know what that means. Right before she's about to bang the gavel chat, do the bop and the boop and the beep, he goes, are you fucking serious? And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, I have been accused of murdering 2 people horrifically, and you're about to grant me bail? Are you fucking serious, you dumb bitch? And she's like, whoa! She's like, rah, rah. And she goes in all that. She's like, I'll hold you in contempt of court, Joe Butler. She goes, you take it up the ass, don't you? It's like, whoa! What's going on? But that's his whole point, Chad. It's just to kind of, thumb his nose, kind of little fuck you to authority, to the justice system, Chad, or as he calls the justice system. And they're like, whoa. And so he's held in contempt, Chad, so he goes to jail. And then Jimmy Fox, he goes to visit him. He's like, hey, you fucked up. He's like, I didn't fuck up. But your best friend, or your defense attorney friend, Burt Reynolds, he's kind of in a bad situation right now. He's like, what are you talking about? Have you heard from him in a bit? He's like, no. He's like, maybe you should check on Burt Reynolds. And so Jamie Foxx is like, fuck. He goes out, and Kelly's like, yeah, we just got off the phone with Burt Reynolds' wife, and he's been missing for 3 days. And Jamie Foxx is like, Jesus Christ. And he goes back in there. He's like, what the hell did you do? He says, listen, let's do a little trade. How about that? How about you give me something, I'll give you something? I would love it. I would love it, Jamie Foxx. If you could provide me a fucking 20-ounce porterhouse steak, fucking pasta with all the trimmings, some of that, that crisp, that very crunchy asparagus. And Jamie Foxx is looking at you fucks. He's like, yeah, man, get it here by 1, and I'll tell you exactly where fucking Burt Reynolds is. He's like, God damn it. And so he tells the DA, we gotta get him this steak. We gotta find fucking Burt Reynolds. And the warden's like, I won't fucking allow this. He's like, listen, man, this guy could be dead for we have no idea where he is. And the warden's like, fine, whatever. So they get the goddamn meal chat, but the warden, he's being pissy about the whole situation. And he said, put it through the scanning thing. And they're like, it's fucking 12:55. We don't get this to him. He was very adamant about it being delivered to him at 1. And the warden's like, I don't give a fuck. We're not on his time. Well, he's on our time, okay? Put it through again. And he's like, he just did that to spite him. And so eventually they get the food. Everyone's like, the prisoners, we want porterhouse steak. And they deliver it to him, Chad. They deliver the goddamn food to him. And he's like, this looks great. This looks so good. They get the fucking steak in there. They got the asparagus, the fucking macaroni and trimmings, Chad. And then he's like, I could use some silverware, boys. He's like, and the warden's like, you get a fucking wooden spork, you asshole. He's like, okay. I'll take the spork. And he's like, he starts eating, just eating the asparagus first. And he's like, Jamie Foxx is like, okay, you can tell us where Burt Reynolds is. He's like, what time is it? And he's like, it's 1:08. 1:08? I told you I wanted this at 1. He's like, I'm sorry, okay? We have to put it through the scanning thing. He's like, well, it doesn't bother me. It might bother Mr. Burt Reynolds. And he starts giving these latitude, longitude stuff. He's like, go find him there. And they go for him, Chad. They go for him. Whoa! Garbage Gaming, thank you so much for resubscribing, my friend, on a 2-month streak. Appreciate that. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well tonight. Oh, so good. The Rev Knights continue to grow. I gotta take a sip. So, fucking Joe Butler, he's enjoying his goddamn 20-ounce porterhouse steak, and his prisoners, his roommate's just like, He's like, if I don't give this to you, what would you do to me? He's like, I would fucking bitch slap you. I'd wrap my hand back and pow. He's like, You don't need to do that, pal. Looks, I got plenty of food. Come and sit down. Come and have some steak. He's like, okay. And they start eating. He's like, here's a nice big hunk of steak. He's like, oh, thanks, man. He's like, have some pasta. Yeah, they're bonding chat, talking the shit, having a good time. You know, just talking about, hey, got any girls on the outside? Like, oh, boy, do I. And then, chat, we cut to fucking Jamie Foxx, the DA, fucking Cole Meany, chat, and they fly out to those fucking longitude, latitude coordinates, chat, and they're like, oh, he's right here. They have his briefcase right on top of where it is, and they're like, oh shit, he's buried underneath here, and they got all these fucking leaves and dirt over there, and they open it up, chat, but Burt Reynolds is too goddamn late. He's dead, and they're like, fuck, he was right. And they checked the time on it. Apparently, chat, he suffocated on it. He had an oxygen mask, and he suffocated to death. And they noticed that his oxygen stopped at 1:15, and he asked Cole Meany, how long did it take us to get here? And he said, it took us 15 minutes. And he goes, whoa, Gerald Butler predicted the time. Exactly how when we gave him his meal at 1, we could have made it to save Burt Reynolds. He's like, yeah, man, fuck, we should have gave him his meal. And meanwhile, chat, we cut back to the prison. And Burt Reynolds, he's just shoving the food in the guy. He's like, yeah, enjoy yourself. You're having a good steak in a while. He's like, he's just eating. And, you know, he's just eating. He's like, hey. Oh, also, he asked for his iPod, too. He asked for his little iPod, chat, playing some music. And meanwhile, when he's distracting the guy, he takes the giant fucking bone, the T-bone of the steak, chat, puts it behind his back. He's like, hey, you want to play my little music thing? He's like, music is good. Yes, music is good, yes. And while he's bopping and booping that little iPod, chat, stab, right in the fucking neck of the T-bone. Just like over and over. He's like, his fucking food and steak. Like the fucking macaroni that he was chewing, chat. It was still in his mouth, and in mid-swallow was coming out of his neck holes. His blood-sprayed neck. I was like, Jesus. And Gerald Butler goes, what a day. He just kind of wipes the blood off himself, and he's like, this mattress is so comfortable. And this fucking person's like, but screaming. They got music playing with the fucking guards are coming down there, got their fucking plastic shields and wrapping on them to shut everybody up. And then, eventually Jamie Foxx, he comes back, and he's like, what happened? He's like, I killed him. So why'd you do that? I wanted to. And so the warden, he takes Gerald Butler down into solitary confinement. And that's what he's going to do, Chad. Puts him in a solitary confinement. And they're like, we can't talk to him anymore. He's like, shit. All right, we got to figure this out. They believe he has someone on the outside, chat, that's also helping him. Because there's just no way. There's no way that he also had time to get fucking Burt Reynolds. It just wouldn't work out. So they believe that someone else is doing it. And so they go to the judge who presided over the initial case of the murder of Gerald Butler's wife and kid, and chat his in contempt. In fact, she found him in contempt. And they're like, listen, we got to get him like the hell out of here, okay? We also need to get access to these files in Panama. Use your justice stuff. And the judge is like, well, since I'm a judge, I can do anything I want. And she hears a little ring-a-ding-ding in her cell phone. She goes, hold on, boys, I got to check my cell phone. And you're like, you don't allow us with our cell phones in court. She goes, well, I'm the judge. I get to do what I want. And she takes that cell phone out. She goes, hello. And her entire fucking head, chat, explodes out the left side of her ear. It is just, it is a blood meat volcano. And they're like, oh my God. They're like, what? They're like, oh my God. They're like, what the hell's happening? They can't believe it. And okay, now they're like, okay, so she definitely, this guy definitely has someone on the outside. So they go to speak to Gerald Butler. He's in solitary confinement. And Jamie Foxx says, what are you doing? Who's helping? He's like, I don't know who's helping. I don't know. You gotta figure it out. And he's like, you have to stop this. So many people are dying. He's like, yes, these people who promote this perverse form of justice. It's not going to bring my family back, my daughter murdered, and you let those scumbags go. And it's like, no, this is what you fucking deserve. I'm going to bring this whole motherfucker down around you. I'm going to burn it down. And Jamie Foxx is like, this is crazy. He's like, oh, by the way, before you leave, Jamie Foxx, he's like, what? He says, at 6 a.m. tomorrow, I'm going to kill I'm going to kill your entire fucking prosecutorial team. You're going to kill the entire prosecution? Yes. And he's like, whoa, okay. And so he goes to tell the DA about this, goes to tell Kelly. He's like, okay, let's all just kind of, let's think about this. They all meet at the prison chat. They're in the offices. Like, let's not go home because he might be targeting our home. So let's meet here. And, you know, fucking Jamie Foxx and Kelly, they have a heart-to-heart. She's saying, you know, I'm 35 and, you know, my life's basically over. It's like, really? Really? It's like, the men don't want me anymore. My eggs are all dried up. I'm practically useless. I'm like, are you serious, movie? Is this the direction you want to go? Okay, this is what we're doing. And Jimmy Fox goes, yeah, you got all them dried up eggs inside you. That's not good. And so 6 a.m. happens, chat. So stupid, so offensive. It really is in poor taste. And 6 a.m. happens and nothing happens. It's like, oh, we're good. Everyone's, yeah, okay, we're good. All right, everybody, Jamie Foxx, the DA's like, you guys can go home. Everything's peachy. And they're like, let's get some sleep. And they'll go out in the little prison parking lot. Everyone gets in their cars. Jamie Foxx, he's talking to the DA. And they're saying, you know, Kelly, despite her dried up eggs, she's a good kid. She's a good kid, too. She's a good egg, except for her inside eggs. And then, chat, the fucking cars start exploding. As soon as you put the little ignition in, boom, boom, or not even the ignition, they just start randomly exploding. And everyone's like, what the hell, what's going on? And then Kelly, she just said goodbye to Kelly, and she can't get out of her car. She's like, she can't get out, everything's locked. And this is sad. This is legitimately sad, chat. Fucking Jamie Foxx. This is good acting. Like, I don't hate this movie. There's some fun stuff in here. It's fucking over the top. It's at 11 the entire time. But very good scene. Because there's like kind of like a sexual tension between Jamie Foxx and Kelly throughout this entire film. It's there, but Jamie Foxx is married. Kelly's concentrating on her career, but she's trying to also have time outside of her life. And that's what makes Jamie Foxx feels like, oh shit, I want the same thing, but I'm so obsessed with work and I'm ignoring my family. Where you're trying to balance both. Yeah, there has to be a middle ground. That's their initial conversation, Chad. Also, the fact that she does say, I'm 35, my life's practically over, which is bullshit. All right. But there is a great moment when she's panicking and she knows she's going to die. Like, it's like, oh, I'm fucked. And she's looking out at Jamie Foxx and they're staring at each other. And she's just crying, looking at him. And he just says, Kelly. And then she explodes. Her fucking car goes up. It's like, oh my God. Like, this is like really fucked up. I felt really sorry for her 2-star shit. I felt really sorry for her. Yeah, she didn't deserve that black and Jane. She definitely didn't deserve. But fucking, they cut to Gerald Butler just going, just laughing like the goddamn Joker. And Jamie Foxx, he's just mad. He's just mad situation. And he called. What happens at this point? Yeah. Then it's the next day. And they're burying Kelly. And the DA who was Jamie Foxx's boss, was Kelly's boss, and he's just fucking second guessing himself. Maybe we didn't do the right thing. Maybe we should have actually went to trial and got justice for his family. Maybe this was not. Jamie Foxx is like, what are you talking about? No, that was the way it is. That's just the way it is. If we went to trial, we wouldn't have won. He's like, I mean, we don't know that. Maybe we could have won. He's like, what do you gotta listen. You got a lot on your mind. You got some guilt because of Kelly's death. We can't think. We got to get this guy. We got to stop this guy. Okay? And DA's like, yeah, I guess so. And he's like, all right. She didn't deserve that. And he's like, I know. So they all go in their little separate cars. Because the mayor, that's it too, chat. They go to the mayor's office after the death of Kelly, and it's fucking Viola Davis, chat. She's in this movie. Viola Davis is in this movie. And they go there. And she says, what the fuck is happening? And they say, fucking Gerald Butler's blowing people up. He's crazy. And she just goes, it's like goddamn Arkham Asylum in there, okay? He's in prison. How's he still killing people? Well, that's a long story. Doug Stamper from House of Cards said he's an assassin. He's the best assassin. He could be in a room without killing you. And she's like, all right, you're going to get protection forever. And you're going to, I want him out of my goddamn, we're going to, first of all, find out what's happening with him. And then get him out of my state, okay? That's what we're going to do. He's like, plan. Oh, I'm going to go to the funeral. And they go to the funeral, chat. Fucking DA's all distraught. They get in their separate cars. Fern, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, Fern. Chris, I'm flying around my room shooting drones while listening to this. Do it. Oh, speaking of drones. Speaking of drones. And so, chat, they're driving through this graveyard. Got Cole Meany, chat, his partner. They're in Jamie Foxx's car. The DA's car is ahead of them. And then we cut, chat, to another scene of this guy remote controlling a tank drone. A little mini tank with goddamn salt rounds, chat, salt weapon rounds. rocket launcher, and apparently an EMP. And it sets off this EMP, shuts down all electric systems to both SUVs. Everyone's like, what the hell's happening? And Jimmy Fox, he looks out and says, fucking tank drone! And the tank drone just lights up the DA's cars, chat. Just blows the shit out of it. Just all machine gun fire. And they're like, oh my god. And Jimmy Fox is like, oh, my best friend DA guy. And we cut to the car chair with DA. He's like, he's really fucked up. He's alive, but he's super fucked up. He's like, his hands all just nubs. He's got nubs for hands now. It's like, Jesus. And the guy on the used control the drone goes boop, and fucking rocket launcher hits it, blows it up, chat. And Jamie Foxx is like, oh my god, all my friends are dying. And then he goes back to Gerald Butler and he's like, you fucking son of a bitch. That's the thing, he gets because now he can't like meet with him, and so fucking Cole Meany, he has to infiltrate the prison to get Gerald Butler out. And so he just fucking, basically they meet outside the prison. And Gerald Butler's like, you have something to say? And pow! Right in the goddamn kisser. And he just starts fucking wailing, bludgeoning Gerald Butler's face in with those big Jamie Foxx fists. Just punch, punch, punch. And Jim fucking, he's just like, you didn't need to do those things. Why did you kill them? He's like, because they're part of a corrupt system, man. I'm gonna take them down. I'm gonna take you down too. And Jimmy Foxx is like, if you ever come after my family, if you ever come after my wife and kid, he's like, they're part of the system, man. It's like, Gerald Butler, you're not... I have no empathy for you at this point. You are a cartoon at this point. And so Cole Meany is like, they put him back in prison. And Cole Meany and Jamie Foxx, they realize, okay, we gotta track down these properties, because maybe these places are being used by his guy on the outside. Maybe that's what's happening. And so, also he's made acting DA by Viola Davis. That she does that to him too. And so he's DA now. And so like, okay, we're gonna go to all these different places. Or he cross-referenced like certain things that he found, some records and some. It doesn't matter. They go to all the places that he owns. And eventually they stop at this one place, and apparently it looks like it was used recently. And they open it up, chat. And they go in there, and like, looks like an ordinary garage. It's kind of weird. But then, they find a little hidden switch underneath the car. Here's a tunnel. And they go, what the fuck? And they go down into this tunnel, chat, and you see all this equipment, all this advanced technology, the stuff that he used to blow up the cars earlier, the little remote control bombs and switches that killed Kelly. You see tank drone parts. You see the fucking equipment that he used to saw Fat Darby's legs and arms off and pee-pee. Took that pee-pee first, chat. That's what happened. Sees the cylinders of the juice that's killed Skinny Andy, chat, and they're like, oh my god, this is where the guy must have done it. This is what the guy's accomplished. But then they go even farther, chat, because there's more tunnels. Like, what the hell? And they go down these tunnels, chat, and they're like, where are all these tunnels? Like, there's different, like, entryways or exits, and they open each one, chat. He is tunneled into the prison. Gerald Butler has tunneled into the prison, chat, for years. Not only that, but they realize, oh my god, he wanted to be placed in solitary confinement because he managed to dig into each cell in solitary confinement, chat. Wow! Every single one. And they're like, what the fuck? And they realize, and they go into his room where he is. He's not there. He's fucking out and about. And so apparently, chat, you didn't know this, no one checks the prison cells in prisons anymore. There's no fucking checks. There's like, no, he's fine. He's solitary confinement. He's fine. He's stuck in there. It's like, no one does any checks. And he just goes out in the night, and also just during the day. Because he's the one that realized he blew up. He blew up the DA. He killed everybody, Chad. He did all this during the day and night. Who's watching him? Who's watching him? It's like, this is ridiculous. Shawshank skills. Fucking Andy Dufresne wishes he was Gerald Butler. Gerald Butler's on another god. This is when the movie falls apart. It's like, okay, this is dumb. Now I get it. This is so, like, I could buy Gerald Butler just gnawing on seeing like a 20-ounce porterhouse steak, chat. But you're telling me he spent 10 years buying these properties, all of which go to the prison, and no one heard any tunneling equipment. No one heard any of the tunneling underneath the solitary confinement of this prison. Like, no one did. No one. Bullshit. And so they're like, where is he? And then, chat, we cut to Gerald Butler in another fucking Scooby-Doo disguise. Except he's got a little scully on. And this man is, like, they shut down Philadelphia at this point. Like, Viola Davis was the mayor. She said, we are shutting this city down. And, this is serious. Like, they're calling the National Guard, chat. This, like, emergency. Like, no one's going. You can't go. This is like if our politician took Corona seriously, chat. She's like, we are not going outside. Katie! Thank you for the 5 days. I love this movie so good. At this point, sure. She has shut this shit down. She's like, no one's going out. And she's having an emergency meeting that night with the FBI, the sheriff's department, the Philly PD, like everyone's coming. The fucking president's on the line. It's ridiculous. All for Gerald Butler. And Gerald Butler, who is the most wanted, not just not most wanted, but probably the most known man in America at this point, if not the world, face plastered everywhere, and his disguise, chat, to get into the Capitol building in Philly is a fucking wool knit cap. And they're like, fucking, I don't know who you are. You're definitely not Gerald Butler. It's like, are you kidding? And a slight Philly accent, chat. A slight Philly accent. It's like, oh, I don't know who you are. These people are fucking dumb. These people are dumb. They get what they goddamn deserve. And so he's doing nefarious stuff. He's like posing as a janitor, chat. And they're like, sorry, sir, we got to stop you. He's like, hey, what do you want? I got to do my job. I got to clean the shit. And he's like, you're going to clean the shit? And the baby's got this. He's like, all right, no problem, I understand. And like, they check all the shelves. Like, you're good. He's like, hey, better safe than sorry. I understand. And they go there. And then Jamie Foxx, Cole Meany, and all the other, his other partner, they realize, like, oh shit, he's gonna attack like the next, evil of the justice system. So it's clearly gonna go after the mayor and all these federal and state officials. He's gonna try to blow them up. So they go to the Capitol Building 2. Gerald Butler, he's left, Jet. He gets in the traffic, and he's just driving himself back to prison. He's just like, he's gonna drive back to prison, Jet. Taking his sweet fucking time too. But then Jamie Foxx, Cole Meany, and his friend, they go in there, chat, and they find the fucking bomb in a suitcase. What, Darkslayer? Gifting a sub to Katie! Thank you so much, Darkslayer. Appreciate that. No, it's very, very kind, chat. Woo! We were only one more sub away from another cartoon pull, chat. Very nice. And so now they find the bomb, chat, and the guy, the bomb expert, who's the friend of Cole Meany, he says, oh, this is like a big bomb. So what it'll do is it'll bring down basically several floors up and above us. So in total, like 6 floors. And right below them, I think it's below them, chat, is the meeting of the mayor. And they're like, fuck. And they see, like, okay. And the way to activate this bomb is via phone call. So if he calls us, we have probably 30 seconds before it goes off. And Jamie Foxx is like, shit. Can you deactivate? And he's like, nope, can't deactivate. He's like, fuck. Well, there's only one thing to do. And so then, chat, we cut back to Gerald Butler. He has snuck back into prison, and he's closing his fucking hatch, chat, with this really shitty, fake-looking brick wall. And he turns around, and who's in his cell? Jamie Foxx. He goes, oh, shit, haha. Hey, Jamie Foxx, didn't see you. He's like, yeah, I've been waiting for you. And he's like, oh, what do you want to talk about? He's like, I just want to tell you, Gerald Butler, you were right. You were right the whole time. Justice, like, It is not served. It has not served us well. Did not serve you. He's like, yes, you're understanding now. He's like, I am. But the thing is, Gerald Butler, what you're about to do is like, it's never going to bring your wife and kid back. It's never going to happen. It's like you're killing and using their names for your murders, for people that did not need to die, who did not deserve to die. And Gerald Butler has a moment of regret. He's like, he looks down, he's like, but I'm crazy. And he's like, listen, I know, but do you want to bargain for their lives? You want to make a deal? And Jamie Foxx says, I don't make deals with murderers. And he's like, I have taught you well, Jamie Foxx, what I exactly wanted you to say. Exactly. Thank you. Jamie Foxx is like, yes, but I'm still asking you, do not do that, because you'll have to live with that the rest of your life. And Gerald Butler, he thinks about us like, you know what? I've spent the last 10 years of my life obsessing over justice. Jamie Foxx says revenge. He's like, revenge, no justice. I'm obsessing over justice. Going after the people that wronged me and my family. And maybe it's time. He has the phone out in front of him. Maybe it's time that I stop this. Nah! Boom! Bop! Beep! He activates. He goes, hi! Jamie Foxx goes, See ya. And he fucking, he's like, when he does the boop bop beep chat, Jimmy Fox is already out the door. He's like, yeah, you're gonna have to live with that the rest of your life. Or the rest of the 25 seconds of your life. Gerald Butler goes, what? And Jamie Foxx closes the door. Gerald Butler's like, huh? And he hears the fucking beep. He's like, oh shit! He looks under his bed, chat. The bomb is there. He's like, uh-oh. And he goes to the fucking wall thing to get out of there, chat. But Cole Meany, that tricky bastard, chat. He's put a piece of rebarb in there so he can't turn it. He's like, oh, fuck shit. And he's trying to get over to it, but it's got like 6 goddamn locks on. He goes, ah, shit. Boom! And he explodes, chat. Actually, it's a cool death because he's like, all right, I'm fucking dead. And he looks at his daughter's bracelet that she gave him and says, Dada. And the fucking thing just erupts. And he's just, fires circulate in super slow motion. And circles, envelops in cell. And he's just smiling. And the whole fucking prison explodes. So I'm thinking you probably killed a lot of other people. Like, were there other prisoners in solitary confinement? There might have been. This bomb's powerful enough to take off like 6 fucking floors of the building. I'm like, people could have died. Anyway, Gerald Butler's dead. Yay. And then, chat, we cut to Jamie Foxx and his wife. And Jamie Foxx, he is at the cello recital of his daughter, chat. He's found time after all this goddamn trauma. He's like, I need a break. He's found time to be with his family, chat. Daughter nails the fucking cello performance. Fucking standing ovation. Everyone's happy, chat. Fucking fade to black, chat. Cut to black. And that, my friends, is law-abiding citizen. Honestly, like, listen, there is stuff in this movie I do like. There are some solid performances in it. Gerald Butler is so over the top. He is so just chewing, you know, that you can't help but just like laugh at him and just enjoy what he's doing. But man, is there some severe leaps in logic. So I was like, listen, I'll go with a lot of what you're doing here, but it's like at a point I'm like, come on, come on. It's just too much. It's too much. I don't hate this film, chat, but it's a lot to fucking swallow. You would choke on that 20-ounce porterhouse steak while fucking Gerald Butler is jamming a T-bone into your goddamn neck. Your fucking macaroni chunks coming out. It's too much. It's too much. I would give it's a rental. It's a rental at best, chat, on the DT scale. I give it a rental. King DJ the Timities, thank you. What's up, Chris? How is your night going? My night is going very well, man. Just finished my review for Law Abiding Citizen.